Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome to Quick Shot Reviews, Cheap Shot Nation. I'm your host Luke and this is another movie review for Quick Shot Reviews. This is the third part of my 3-part DVD set that I got for £1 from a well-known supermarket, and it's State of Emergency, released in 2011, directed by Turner Clay. So join me for the review. Really, I wasn't expecting much out of this film, but I've got to say it is the pick of the bunch out of the three. The first film was Dead Inside, which was reviewed quite a while ago on the channel. Watched that with my good friend Josh. The second film was The Corridor. I just had to look at where I've kept my DVD, which again was decent. Had a decent premise. To say it's on a 3-disc DVD set for £1, it was okay. And State of Emergency is probably the pick of the bunch, but I've got to say, nothing actually happens in the film. It's just intriguing. They've done it on a budget, obviously. It is about a zombie outbreak. Chaos consumes a small town when a chemical facility explodes. So you get the idea from that, and there's causing mutation in locals, and they have to quarantine the local area, but they're trapped inside an abandoned factory. So the story follows a young man known as Jim, isolated in the red zone as he eludes the zombie flesh-eating mutants. The one thing I can say about this film is that there isn't many zombie flesh-eating mutants in it. So as a premise, it says it's going to do one thing and it doesn't really do it. That doesn't make it a bad film, just think there should be more of them. Not to say we're going to World War Z status here, because I thought they overdid the zombies, but there's certain things that you expect from a film that describes itself as that. So we follow Jim after the loss of his fiancée. We see that early on in the film. He finds other survivors within the red zone and he joins with them. There's obviously tension between the two, between all parties. There's a lady in there that's on her own as well, but is very closed off to everybody. And Jim tries to get to know her and stuff like that. So we've got fleshed out characters. We see the origins and we get told the origins of the characters as well. But there is unfortunately some very bland acting, even though the script is written pretty well, and the use of the closed environment is used quite well as well. It gives a sense of there's only 4 people in this massive area, gives that sense of space in there, but feeling of being trapped and enclosed. Every time they go out, something happens, and you've got that as well. It's got a budget of 1.3 million, so they were on very tight budgets here. Like I say, there was some hokey acting. The main actor who's playing Jim was actually pretty good, and I feel like he could do much better. But the film falls down here in the pacing of what it does. There's really no crescendo, so to speak, towards the end, and all of the stuff that they built out throughout, the idea of survival, the feeling of being trapped inside a small place, and I just feel like the first act, it tries to create the atmosphere, but seems more like Facebook status with along the lines of it's complicated, before spilling everything. It's not a bad film. It's not a great film by any means, but it was certainly watchable, which is more than I can say for Dead Inside, because that even had it had a renaming because the first one was so bad. That was, I can't think what it was called, Dead Inside, Dead something along those lines anyway. But it just wasn't good. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. So it was just a case of going by the numbers. They could have put more people in. I respect the fact that they didn't quite have the budget for it with the set pieces and things like that, and that's fine. The script writing was okay. I'm going to give this a film rating of watch it if you feel you need to. I wouldn't fully recommend going, yeah, you've got to see this film. But if it's there and you need to watch it, and it's the only thing to watch, it's not a bad film at all. It does have some great elements in it. If they could have built on that, it would have been much better. So yeah, left ultimately quite surprised by this. Say it's a 33p film, and I can't complain at that because it's 33p. But there you go. That's my review of State of Emergency right here on the Quick Shot channel. If you've enjoyed the video, leave us a comment down below. If you've seen the film, let us know what you thought of it. And I will see you next time, movie fans. Goodbye.
Hiya.